The ICAN exams for May 2026 is out, and many students are not happy. Now, let me tell you why brilliant students fail ICAN exams. I have been there. There was a diet that I failed because I didn't even know that the standard had been changed. Nigeria was using statement of accounting standards. That was what I used to prepare for financial reporting. Lo and behold, when I got into the exam, I saw International Financial Reporting Standard. Nigeria had adopted IFRS, and I didn't even know because I didn't attend a tutorial class. I didn't study with any student. I just beat up my chest and said, hey, you are a brilliant student. You can do it on your own. And when I got to the exam, lo and behold, I saw stars. Well, that's not the story I want to tell. I want to encourage you. There is somebody I spoke to, a friend. I asked him what happened. They said he wrote 3 papers and he didn't pass any one of them. So he's demoralized. If you're like him, I want to tell you, don't give up. Never give up. You're going to be proud of yourself when you pass. And I want to tell you also that you can change the story of your next result. The result of your next exam is going to be different, but you need to understand something. As a brilliant student, as a smart student, passing ICAN exams is not about brilliance. It's not about being intelligent. It is about being knowledgeable. The examiner is assessing you for something. Brilliant students feel like this is the exam they should write. This is the question they should ask. So you need to know what the examiner is examining. It is about preparing for the exam that you are going to write, not believing that this is the question that you need to be asked. So there are things you need to know. You need to understand every question before you answer it. If they say list, don't list and explain, just list and go away. So I'm going to be giving you 10 tips. So what I want you to take away from this video is 1, study under exam conditions. Study like you are in the exam. Number 2, I want you to know that knowing is not the same thing as any marks. You have to answer that question the way the examiner expects, the way the standard says it should be, not the way you think it should be. The examiner wants to see your knowledge applied. So convert your brilliance, your intelligence, your knowledge into application. Apply it in the exams. That is what the examiner is looking for. Study for the exam that you're writing, not the exam you wish you were writing. So my name is Echala Okori, Finance Simplifier. Meet me in the next tip. The 10 tips I have to help you pass ICAN exams. Tip number 2. Now, I want to tell you about the biggest ICAN mistake nobody talks about. When you study without past question papers, you are not doing yourself any good. You need to study past questions. When you study past questions, it helps you to understand patterns. It helps you to time yourself. It helps you to anticipate questions because you know recurring questions. If some questions keep recurring, it is very likely that those questions are going to be repeated because they are so important that the examiner will just keep testing them. Maybe it's a new standard or a standard that they discover that accountants have not really grasped very well. So if you study for ICAN exams, the first service you're going to do for yourself is to read, is to study past questions, past question papers. So you can get that from Pathfinders. Look at how the questions are set, study them, get used to them so you'll be able to predict the questions that will come out. You look at recurring questions. So this is very, very important. Tip number 3 in my series of tips to help students pass ICAN exams. So if you're demoralized right now because you didn't pass your ICAN exams, I want to tell you that you have the ball in your court. You can change what your next result will be. Stop reading so much. Start solving instead. Stop reading so much. I'm not saying you should not read. Read less, solve more. So when you solve questions rather than reading and reading and read, don't read for 6 hours and take 2-3 minutes to solve questions. No, You may assume that you already know a particular topic. You don't. When you start solving, it will be clear to you that you don't know it. When you get stuck every time, and then you find out why you were stuck and you get it right, you will never forget it. So read less, solve more. If you enjoy this, I want you to meet me in the next one. I have 10 tips for you that will help you to pass ICAN exams. I am saying this from experience. I went through what you're going through right now, and I want to make your story better. My name is Echela Okori, Finance Simplifier. So if you enjoyed this, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Finance Simplifier. Tip number 4 in my series, the 10 tips I have to help students pass ICAN exams. So in this series, I want to talk about why you ran out of time in the exam. The time was definitely not enough for you. Why did it happen? Because you did not manage your time. So time management is key, not only in life, but especially in the exams. You need to be able to manage your time. What is the approach to help you manage your time? Best approach. Begin from the simplest questions. Run away from questions that strike you as tough. When you come back to it, they won't be so tough. So start with the simplest questions. Everybody knows this, but when you get to the exam, it's not everybody that remembers this tip. So I'm telling you so that you don't forget it. In the exam, start with the simplest questions, then come back to the most difficult. This is because by the time you try those simple questions, it has a way of boosting your morale. And then when you are energized, you are excited, your brain works better. And then you say, oh, I'm on top of this game. I got this. And then everything is going smoothly. But when you start from the most difficult questions, number one, you are confused. You look at the ceiling, you get confused, you start sweating, and that's how your brain starts forgetting even the ones you know. So when you start from the simplest ones, you are able to manage your time. So any question that looks very difficult, leave it and go to another question. You can return to it if you have the time. This is the best way to manage your time. Also, if you are asked to open, if it's financial reporting and you're asked to prepare 3 statements, like the balance sheet, the income statement, the statement of cash flows, don't do them one after the other. We'll call it mass attack. Open the 3 of them at once, and every line item that does not have adjustment, post it immediately. You'll get a mark for that. For everyone you post correctly, post all of them. The examiner is testing you, is examining you. If you don't know it, you can't take an item for the income statement and put it, bring a pilot or bring an engineer. You see, he won't know where to keep it. You know, because you're an accountant. So that's what the examiner is testing. So for every item, every line item you post correctly, you get a mark for it. So when you finish all of that, then you start your adjustment. By the time you do all of this, it is very, very unlikely that you will fail. So I have more tips for you. We're going to the next tip. If you enjoyed this, I want you to like, to share, subscribe with the Finance Simplifier. Come to my tips to help students pass ICAN exams. Today, I want us to talk about the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule. Now, what this is all about is simple. You identify recurring topics. Identify recurring topics. Look at 5 years past and look at topics that come out almost in every diet. When you identify those topics, those are key topics. Give them 80% of your time. Master them first. When you master them, then you can fill in the space with the other ones. So when you do this, you cannot fail. So if it's consolidated financial statements, for instance, if it's impairment of assets, look at if it's IFRS 9, you find out they are always coming out. Go and master those ones. Give them 80% of your time. And then for the other ones, you fill in the gap. I want to assure you, if you do this, you cannot fail. My name is Echela Okori, Finance Simplifier. Like, share with someone, and don't forget to subscribe. Get ready. Meet me in the next tip. I have 10 tips for you.